do know that we have a lot of challenges in Nigeria, being security, unemployment for the youth. And I'm an advocate, and I'll keep fighting to make sure that the youths get employment and they are secured. You know, Idle Man is a what? A workshop. So it is part of my thing and part of me crossing over. Before I cross over, I still have some months to 50. That is my mandate, to make sure I will always be a voice for the youth at the highest level. At employment, I've been doing a lot of interviews, reaching out to people, and doing empowerment. My foundation does empowerment for the youth. What you see, it's not only about one person, it's about all of us. And me coming out, I believe this should also encourage other further Nigerians from each part of the country to come out and support the youth and this unemployment. Everything is not being on federal government of Nigeria. Unfortunately, federal government of Nigeria, as we speak today, is going through a turbulent time. There's a lot of corruption going on. There's a lot of challenges in borrowing a lot of money. And, you know, it is not something that we should be critic of in Nigeria. Nigeria, we are so blessed that we have very good prayer warriors, both Christians, both Muslims, and they're doing it in the right way. That's why Nigeria is in existence, you know. And we have to commend our president, General Buhari, who has given Nigeria everything he could give, every approval for the security agencies and everything. You know, I read online and I see a lot of people criticizing him. And when they criticize him, I'm like, this man has done everything you people have asked to. Is he the one that's now going to see whether we bought this or we bought that or whatever it is? He's not. He's the president. He's done his job. And of course, there are people that are meant to take their own jobs on. And if you look at it very well, the president, I don't think is being advised, or people are telling him the right thing, because they know that they are corrupt. You get me? And when you're fighting corruption, corruption fights you back, whether you like it or not. And at this stage, you know, I'm outspoken because of the nature I was brought up and the passion my two grandfathers left behind, and my surviving father, who is an upfront, straight person. So I don't fear anybody. The only fear I have is God. And as I see it, you know, let us hold government responsible for a lot of things. But we ourselves too, we know what is right. It doesn't mean by you killing a fellow human being, kidnapping, you know, security in any aspect that you get youth involved in. Yes, we all know it is bad. We all know that we are hungry. We all know this. But we will continue to do what we need to. And I'm encouraging any Nigerian from any parts of Nigeria to come out and also join me to fight for the youth. And it is so important, you know. It is sad because the last set of chief of service heads, they did a lot of things, but they don't realize something. There's a lot of blood on their hand. You get what I'm saying? And there's something called generation curse or ancestral curse. You don't know which of your family it is going to catch, because those people's blood that was killed during this Boko Haram, henchmen and all these things, it is something that saddens me that we don't have, what's it called? And tomorrow, these same people were given ambassadorship. These same people today now, they're saying they want to give them a merit award. A merit award for what? For people dying and they failed? Have we forgotten what happened when these new service chiefs came in and said that they did not meet any ammunitions or any, security equipment? After the president has given them the money, where did that money disappear to? Now, you've given them ambassadorial around West Africa. Why didn't they go out of West Africa? Why didn't they go to Europe or America? We know the reasons. And yet again, what have they done as the ambassadors in the West Africa thing? There's this smuggling of arms. There's this smuggling of ammunition. There's this smuggling of chemical weapons. And all these things passes through ECOWAS. Have they done anything about it? Have they stopped the security situation coming from outside, inside, because we have porous borders? You know, we have to take it As in, it is part of all of us. Because one day, if the balloon bursts, it's going to affect me and everybody.
Yes.
You know, going forward is shorter for me than going backwards. And I stand by it, by my words. I don't fear anybody. I'm sorry. All I think is that we have to get it right so that tomorrow, it may be your child or your grandchild will look up, if I'm alive or late, and say, is this what my father did or my grandfather did? Because if I take back and see what my grandfather did, they left a legacy, a renowned legacy. Most people don't know the history of Nigeria. And the people behind us, they are even worse because of sign of entitlement, because they are looking at what people have been doing. They smuggle ammunition, they will go and say that they've burnt it, and what's it called? Is it by burning or getting rid of ammunition? Nobody has been brought to justice. Nobody clarified where these bullets are coming from, because they all have serial numbers. Nobody has clarified where the guns are coming from, because there's a serial number there. So you know, has anybody gone from any part of Nigeria to go and find out who are bringing this thing from abroad before it even gets to Nigeria? Nobody has done that. And I keep fighting for it. Even the architecture of the security, the way we buy our equipment. Look at the United Kingdom. You don't know what the MI5 or Scotland Yard buys. If you look at America, Pentagon, you don't know what is happening there, what they have. You look at North Korea, you don't know what they have. You look at South Korea, you don't know what they have. You look at China, you don't know what they have. It's only in Nigeria that our thing is showcased, one way or the other. Then when we buy the thing, they now come and cut tape and say, we have bought this thing to the whole world. Now, if your enemies that are causing this thing know what you have, how can you now go to war with them? Because they're going to come out with what will counterbalance what you have. And it is sad because these current service chiefs, all of them are trying their best. You can see them. They are not talking like the old service chiefs that will come. These are the people you hear today. They are in Kaduna, they are this, they are there, they are in Southwest, Southeast, whatever you want to call. I applaud them. But they are also limited to what they can do. Number one, we also have to look at it that there's no welfare package that is put at right. If I don't have a good welfare that is going to, if I die for the country and my children and my wife do not have a welfare package, what am I going to do outside there to fight? Which moral will I go and use? Which moral booster will I go and use? And we have to look at it that this is critical, because every day it is one problem or the other. And we also know that a lot of people are sabotaging General Buhari's regime. Politicians are involved in all these things. If they do not have a conscience, they should start having a conscience. Because whether you like it or not, this is Nigeria where we belong. You can send your family abroad, they will only be a second-class citizen. It's only in Nigeria that we are all Nigerians. That's why my motto is, I'm a Nigerian and my tribe comes second. So it is about time every single youth, every single Nigerian that is old, youth, middle-aged, should come and let us have a dialogue. Let us look at this thing. And tomorrow, I also encourage the youth that an election is coming up. Don't do stomach infrastructure. You get money today, then the next 4 years you won't see them for them. Vote the people that you believe have conscience and that can move Nigeria forward. I haven't seen it in any of the candidates. Because I want a violent dictator that can come, because we need to instill discipline. Discipline is the first thing that we need to do. If you put discipline in place, when General Buhari started war against indiscipline, everybody had on to it. But the only thing is that democracy is holding him back to do a lot of things he cannot do. Yes. And if he cannot do that, what else do you want? The only thing he can do is to allocate money to try and get all these things sorted out. Well, people are absconding with this money. COVID-19, look at what the president did. He was very proactive. But all the COVID-19 people that were involved, the committee that was involved, that ate that money, I'm telling you, and I'm rest assured, that one of their family member, they curse of people dying is on their head. So it is, what's it called? Is around something. It might not catch you today. You might die peacefully. But one day you hear that your grandson or your great-grandson, something happened. You wonder that where is this curse coming from? It's because of the people that have lost their life. Money is not about anything. Both in the Bible, both in the Quran, does not state you shouldn't do business or make money. But it is how you make the money. Not by stealing, not by corruption. And I employ on our good president that I will say that they should leave all the service chiefs to do their work. Leave EFCC to do their work. Leave ICPC to do their work. No interference. Leave CBN to do their work. Leave Ministry of Finance to do their work. Because you see, when you interfere, you catch a man today, they are releasing him tomorrow because he has negotiated. How are you? What are you setting out? You catch a man today, one big man can call the youthful EFCC man, the chairman, and say, this man is here, you know, he's our party man, please release him. What example is that? But if you leave the youthful man as the chairman to do what he wants, because I believe and I've seen him, he has a conscience, he will do the right thing. But does Nigeria want the right thing? Why is it that they are saying billions? We got billions in APC, we got billions in Labour, they got billions in PDP. Has any candidate come and approached this security situation? Have they all gone to the IDP camps to see what they need? But rather, they are spending the money to try and buy votes. Is that what we want in Nigeria? We want somebody that has Nigeria at heart. Somebody that can go to the security agency and say, let us support federal government. This is what we have. Oh, we made this money for this election. Sir, this is this. For it to have this, this is this. We know how to do that. But why are we stupid by going to do stomach infrastructure? And I'm begging all the youth, especially the learned ones, to talk to the other youths that are not learned, that this election must be somebody that is clean, proper, and has Nigeria at heart. And by the special grace of God, I will continue and continue and continue until the day I die. And I promise you, that is a big promise. Coming from two political homes, I know politics in and out. Why I've not ventured into it yet today is because I don't feel comfortable on how politics is going on in Nigeria. It is money-based, it is ritual-based, it is whatsoever. And I do not believe in that. I'm a Christian and I believe in God. I'm not going to do any fetish thing or anything. But we need to get ourselves together.